Kanpai!
Forgot to open my drink.
Have you Kanpai today?
Have you Kanpai today? So, welcome one and all to episode 207 of Kanpai Cast, where today we're doing the full season review of the summer season. Ready to go on into the autumn season. And before we get into the actual little reviews, we've got a lot to do. We're just going to do the usual housekeeping, which is the like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment in the doodly-doo below, you know, that kind of thing. Nasuth reads everyone, scarfs them down.
And then I make these guys read them too.
Yes,
or at least
absolutely.
I make Xeno read them.
Make Xeno read things. Speaking of that, you can come on over to the Discord and join us on the discussions there. And if you become a member of Xeno's Patreon, you can also submit questions and be part of his other projects, depending on your participation tier. I believe the lowest tier is $1 a month, isn't it?
Yeah.
And every dollar goes to me.
That's just, yeah.
Yeah, and it all goes to pay the editor, who is this one right here.
So you know who to blame when you see an edit that you don't like. You're like, oh, that's
Indeed.
stupid. You know?
So yes, come on over. There is an audio version below, and all of the memes we show off at the end of the episode are going to be archived on our website with links to them below. If you come on over as well, you can submit your own memes in the Kanpai Cast Discord, and we don't get to see those before we record, except in the rare cases where I have to jump in the thing for a reason. But that's, you know, these two definitely don't.
I think I've been in there a couple of times, but because of the way my eyes work, I can be in there and not actually register any of the images.
See, we're all dyslexic, short-sighted nerds, so we don't get to see any of them anyway. All right, I think that's all we're doing.
Can I just say, like, having a T-shirt which is "Have you Kanpai today" just sounds gross.
It sounds too much like cream pie. Have you cream pie today?
Yeah.
It's fine if it's cream pie. Wait, what?
Definitely need to find if it's done right.
If it's Kanpai.
It's fine if it's Kanpai, the good old Cum Brothers, and maybe Bond merger.
Kanpai brothers.
And
right.
of course, we do need something for Xeno's Gachiakuta way up your butt.
Let's
we got a lot of reviews to get through. Let's go ahead.
Yes.
And,
so, to touch upon the ones that we are not reviewing this season, we're not reviewing The Secrets of the Silent Witch, Tougen no Mynoghra, The Earthbound Mole, Necronomicon and the Cosmic Horror Show, With You and the Rain, and Nuki Tashi the animation. Those were all dropped, and Bullet was finished in, I think, the last the 6th episode. Like, the whole thing was out, so you know, we're not touching those shows.
It's less that I dropped Tougen no Mynoghra and more that I kind of just ran out of time, and I'm not stressing over watching every single show. So it, you know, there you go.
Yeah,
it's probably still good.
Finish more.
Right.
I managed to finish 11 of my shows. I'm quite pleased with that.
I finished all the ones I was gonna watch, and yeah. Right, let's get on with it. Go on, Thaylien.
Yes. All right, so I'm just going to start the one that I...
sorry. One more thing. Do we want to tell them about the... We're not doing the spinner this time, because it was just a little too... So this should have been in the housekeeping. We're not doing the spinner this time, because it was a little too distracting. So we're hoping to get one built for... I say we. Xeno's hoping to get one built for next time. That's a little more bespoke and less distracting. So anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Thaylien.
Yeah, so I'm just going to start off with my one I just finished binge watching for this, and hang on, that button didn't work, and that's Gachiakuta. I literally had to binge it at the last minute to get through one more show, and so this one for me is just going to be an Acquired Taste 3.
I'm kind of a little surprised it got that high, but sure, go ahead, tell us why.
Is that right? So it is just standard. It's a standard shonen style anime with slightly higher production quality than the average attempt at being a new Naruto or similar. So after they spent way too long on one fight in the middle of the season with one guy that just wouldn't fall over and wouldn't shut up either, we get a very important bit of info about the world, and that's that the city in the clouds, the sphere, has a border outside of it that is impossible to cross without death if you're going, from the surface up. And following that bit of information, we learned that there's a person that lives out on a tower in the middle of the debris fields that's watched the sphere for a very long time and has seen people actually coming and going. So the second half of the season is finishing that fight and then going off to find this person that's observing the sphere. And that's kind of it, really. We have a diversion to go and find a person that provides buffs to them. That they're a graffiti artist that can imbue good qualities into their graffiti. So there's a little bit of a that's Earth letting us down there. Sorry, the audience won't know that. So there's a little bit of a diversion there to find some world building, which is more than a lot of shows bother to try and do. And the honestly, the fights, even though the one is silly, the fights are well animated, and even little things like a walking scene down the corridor where they're walking and talking. Normally that would not be handled as an animated scene by most animes. In this one, they're actually animating them walk and doing this almost fisheye lens thing where the hands come out a little bit too far. So as if they're like somebody filming them from a low angle with a fisheye. So they're obviously trying to make this look and stand out from other shows that are very, very similar.
As I recall, this is Studio Bones, which did My Hero Academia, and they are, honestly, in terms of art, they are actually hitting it, well, as I remember, hitting it out of the park in that regard. But
the characters have their own unique weirdness, their own variety. I still believe the ability system they've got will lead to some interesting combat with the giant beasts or anything else. But I just can't see this one becoming another staple, like a Demon Slayer or a Naruto or a My Hero Academia.
Even My Hero, yeah.
Because it's, for what it has, it's too basic of a plot, of a setting, and it needed more time to marinate before it came out, so that they could actually really make it actually its own unique thing, and not just pulling in tropes from everything else.
I remember it being too blatant of a plot too. Like say what you will about the Battle Angel anime, it was way more subtle than this, and it was still pretty blatant about the messages it was pushing.
Yes. So the only they did actually have a little bit of character progression in it as well, and for that it's okay. You see the weird characters being weird, and the main character learning how to use his powers, and it's standard stuff. So I wouldn't say that this is going to be anything special, but if it's the kind of thing you're into, it is an acquired taste, and the production value is pretty good.
All right.
Where? Should we move on then?
Gachiakuta.
Yes, that's Gachiakuta. Take us away.
Okay, I'm doing Clevatess.
Oh.
So, we were gonna say, if you're looking for Dan to Dan, it's at the end.
Oh, yeah.
We were gonna say that earlier, but anyway.
Feel free to skip ahead, watch it, and then come back and see how bad Clevatess is.
Fucking Clevatess.
You're wasting time.
I know I'm wasting time. I don't know how to rate this, because there is a hell of a lot of production value in there. But the story, the way it's written, is just so fucking shit. Right?
Is it
I think I've got it
predictable? Is it badly paced?
No,
like what how
No, it's nonsensical gibberish. So much information is withheld from you. Right? Even by the last episode, you're like, I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Right? It's honestly, it's atrocious in this regard.
You and I were talking about it a little bit, and
I didn't.
it sounded like sorry. Ratings.
I gave it a nothing special 4 last time, and I stand by that actually.
I think I'd either give it a nothing special 4 or a 5. I think let's just keep it the same. Nothing special 4. Because like
5.
Sure. The problem with Clevatess is the fact that everything is pomp and circumstance, right? There is Clevatess is just a dick. If he actually did things with any semblance of order and sanity, they wouldn't put themselves through such a rough time that they do. You know, his random departure from the group only to get... It's just... One of my biggest bugbears in the show is the fact that... I think I said this in the last episode, sorry, in the 6th episode review. Characters will just action things when, if you sit back and think about it, it's like, why are you even doing this?
That was my main complaint from the start too, remember?
So
I was like, why is Clevatess doing any of this? It makes no sense.
No, it's not just Clevatess. So we've got a village that is being attacked by 2 wizards, an iron gravity mage, so a magnetic mage, an iron gravity mage, and a bug mage who controls all forms of insects. And they say, oh, go hunt, you know, they've killed their villagers, right? And go hunt down
a couple of them.
The hero and go get the baby from the hero. And it's just, yeah, okay.
No, I disagree with that statement. What they tried to do was convince the villagers to go and hunt them because the hero is a failed hero that caused Clevatess to come and destroy the capital and is the root of all their problems.
Yeah, and they just fucking
so they turn them against her. But what they actually do, the sensible heads rule it, and so when they go and find her and hunt her down, they say, so, you fought Clevatess? Yes. Where's your weapon? I lost it during the fight. Well, that's all right then, because if you just run away and sold your weapon, I would have fucking killed you.
Right. But,
as you actually fought, as you did what you're supposed to, will help you.
Right, but though the problem is that the narrative cliffhangers on the fact that the villagers are now hunting down the hero, right? Yes. It's not until the next episode where you're left seething for a fucking week that they come and like actually do something about it. And then the hero spends the entire episode fighting off this literal army of bugs to a point of like she's not going to win, and then Clevatess just goes like, oh yeah, I'll give you the sword, I'll give you the super sword, here's the super sword that I took away from you like several episodes ago, here's the super sword, and literally one swing kills every bug in like the entire vicinity, including the nearby well, it's just a fucking cascade effect, but like including the nearby village. And it's just like, what the shit is it? If fucking Clevatess did that from the fucking start, this whole episode could have been skipped, right? And then the end is just nonsensical gibberish, and I'm just like...
It is. So, my note on this one, Zeno, was I really dislike this kind of story where a happy moment or a victory only comes because somebody messed things up first and then had everyone around them fix it. Fixing your own mess, that's a good plot. Smugly telling everybody else to fix it, that's just Karen behavior.
It's like, but you... I wouldn't say it's an unreliable narrative or an unreliable narrator, but it is just... You're never given the full picture, ever.
Oh,
it's pretty.
when you explain, because you told me about the one guy who like just easily defeated Clevatess, and then you told me why,
fucking God.
and I was like, why would another dark beast be helping a human? Why?
Oh, the answer is they aren't.
Well, I mean, but again, it's just like there's just still so many fucking unknowns. Like,
aside from one thing is they solved the mystery of the King's Forge.
That's true.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
Yeah, no, hold on. They've solved that. They've opened up the new mystery of what the fuck is next. Is the actual answer to the next thing that they've uncovered by solving the mystery of the King's Forge. And aside
by solving the mystery, he means by telling you what it is, why it works the way it does, essentially.
Aside from that one thing, none of this would have happened if Clevatess had not fucking moved from his mountain. You know, the king would have invaded, and the Conqueror King would have invaded, and the Hydanian King would have given all these magic weapons to his heroes, and they would have gone out to face him, and would probably have won through power of bullshittery.
It's fucking stupid. The whole thing is fucking stupid. It is just such a stupid narrative. Like, and it doesn't willingly tell you anything. It's just like, wait a second, was this your whole motivation the entire fucking time? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep. And then Clevatess smugs at people after things, saying, "Yep, see, I did this. I got it right." No, he didn't.
It's going to turn out that, it turned out to be like, this is actually Earth, and it's some weird island that they're trying to prevent these different people from getting away from this island because it's like a prison. Cough, Attack on Titan, cough. Okay, enough of Clevatess. Clevatess, don't.
Yeah, we've wasted 7 minutes on this.
Move on.
Let's move on.
Nasuth.
Let's move on to something stupid but fun. Nyaight of the Living Cat.
Okay.
Nice.
Nyaight. This was a must-watch one. I have, as soon as it decides to change over.
Sorry, I was trying to find it.
That's fine. I have elevated that to a must-watch 3 now, because it's just so funny. It's just so funny. Like, there's almost never a moment that I am not laughing, or just enjoying them myself in some way or another. But it also gets kind of really interesting towards the end, even while it's still going absolutely insane. And there are so many references that I really enjoyed. So I know the references might take some people out of it, but I really enjoyed being like, wait, is that what I think it is? You know, that sort of thing. But in terms of, like, the weirdness, right? So, trust me, the shot of the cat testicles as it's running away is essential to the plot, right? It's just, totally, 100%.
Okay.
And then there's they introduce a new cat that can understand things and understand humans, right? It can understand the human language. It can't speak it, but it can understand it. And it's the... I said it's the only great thing that ever came from Devon, England, and it's the Devon Rex, also known as the alien cat. And because it is known as an alien cat, they name it Jones.
Jonesy.
Well, just Jones, but yes.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah. Their greatest concern with the taking this cat with them isn't the possibility of its infection spreading, because it knows that it's infected, right? It's aware of this. But that it's an immense responsibility taking care of any stray cat that you take in. And I love that is their major concern. Like, that is the level of ridiculousness that I'm talking about with this show. And then it just starts going off the rails from there. You've got cats that are now mind controlling other animals to use them to attack, like rhinos and giraffes and apes and all that stuff.
What the fuck?
They just... Oh my god. I can't keep commenting on all the crazy shit, but like at the same time, there's just so much crazy shit that they're doing, like using floppy T-Rex costumes to scare away persistent cats that won't leave them alone.
What the fuck?
They make a cat translator device for the Devon Rex cat, and all it does is speak in action movie quotes like "Come with me if you want to live," and they're able to interpret this somehow to understand what it means. There's a
so the cat's secretly just an edgelord.
No. The person who made the translator is.
There we go. Okay,
they're a fan. They're a fan of action, like bad '80s action movies. Like it does Predator lines. It does Running Man lines. It does like just everything. Just a little bit of everything. I don't know how to explain any of this. I'm looking through my notes and it's all just crazy shit. And I don't know how to explain it any beyond that. It is really funny. It is really crazy, and I really enjoyed it.
One of the issues I had with the show was, I'm gonna fully say, the subpar animation. I did feel that the animation was pretty rough. Does it ever... Okay, so... I don't mind it if it maintains its quality, but if it goes down, I kind of care a lot.
I would say, well, I didn't think it had bad animation to begin with, but I would say that it maintains the quality all the way through at the very least.
Okay, that's fine. Then the other question I have is this better binged?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Because like that was something, like I was hoping that I would have had time to actually binge watch the whole thing, but I didn't, and I might go back and actually binge watch the whole thing now.
I don't think it's necessary to binge it, but I do think it's just, I mean, I always prefer binging things anyway, so maybe I'm biased. Also, it does end on a bit of a cliffhanger, but they've done it in such a way where, like, if it ends here, you have wrapped up this section of the story, but there are more mysteries that they've hinted at that could be explored if there is a season 2, but as far as I know, there's no confirmation of a season 2.
Fair. We move on to the next one?
That was Nyaight of the Living Cat.
Okay, then.
It's me, isn't it?
Yes.
So, I'm going to go with Tougen Anki as my other silly shonen of the season. And it's justifiably a nothing... we'll wait till it changes.
There we go.
Yeah, it's justifiably a nothing special 4, even though it was an acquired taste before this.
Wow.
So, while the production quality, the action, the fan service hasn't really changed, the absolute bog-standard battle shonen tropes took me right out of it. I mean, it started out strong with the possibilities they showed off, everyone having a unique way of using their Oni or Momotaro powers. Then it decided to barely explore that in favour of throwing the characters into an intentionally gory and flashback-heavy combat encounter that lasts 6 whole episodes. From episodes 6 through 11. And then finishing off with a comedy filler in the 12th episode. It's weird. It's not great. And it turns out, even then, in terms of battle shonen tropes, they're not going with the basic kid has potential and needs to control it and work hard to get good plot, which is what it starts off with. Instead, they're going with the kid has potential and he's also one of the chosen ones.
Yeah.
So the basic premise of the whole Momotaro versus Oni battle is that they never really win either way. Every time the Momotaro group starts to win and pushes the Oni onto the back foot, 8 powerful Oni kids are born called the Kishin, who all have elemental powers on top of their blood powers. This isn't foreshadowed, this isn't shown, it's literally an arse pull that happens when the main character is in trouble and needs to be stronger. It barely even helps because when he gets new power, he's still smacked down like a bitch, and until he gets a little burst of strength from hearing a kid cheering for him. And guess what element he is? Go on, guess.
Heart.
Dark.
It's either heart or spirit.
Bog standard battle shonen.
Fire?
Black.
Yes, it's fire. So,
Swamp.
in this whole thing, it's absolute dog water. I mean, if you'd managed to get something which is a little bit more interesting from the list of potential elements, like wood or metal or light, that would have had some creative nuance to it, like making blood guns that become metal guns, or having flashbangs and healing, or being able to use seeds as ammo that are like different effects when they hit things. No, fire. Basic bitch power in this setting. Honestly, I wish I'd used my time to watch something else earlier. It's not awful. The combat is really good. The powers have some imagination. And the supporting cast are correct amounts of terrible. There's like the cowardly one that managed to get over his cowardice in episode 8 or so. A little bit of growth that isn't Zenitsu style. And if you actually like Battle Shonen, there's stuff here for you. I just think that in terms of time waste, I'd rather stick to my trashy isekai and fantasy. Even I have limits.
Isn't this 2 consecutive cores?
I bloody hope not, because I'm not watching it anymore.
Fair enough.
Because I was going to say, Anki.
Yeah.
You continue talking.
I know Gachiakuta is 2 consecutive cores. You're probably better off going to Annie, chart Nasuth and check the leftovers.
Fair.
So.
So yeah, it's Tougen Anki is a nothing special for. I started enjoying it, and I was impressed that the female characters are all seen to be drawn in the same exact body type, which is thick with 2 Qs.
It's 2 Qs.
Gachiakuta is also a 2-core.
Yeah. So, are you sure you're not going to label this as dropped?
I'm definitely going to label this as dropped.
Past. Yeah.
It is now.
This is dropped. Are you
going to keep going with Gachiakuta?
No.
Yeah, considering that Gachiakuta, I thought that the end of it wasn't very satisfying. So learning that isn't the end, and it's actually a 2-core, might actually save some of it.
Okay.
That might technically justify the longer battle in the earlier part of the season.
So knowing that Tougen Anki, Tougen Anki is 2 cores and you're only halfway through, are you okay with nothing special, or would you rather lower it to a pass?
No, it's nothing special. So for Tougen Anki, Tougen Anki, I'm keeping it nothing special. I don't think it can improve.
Right.
I don't think it'll get. I think it will maintain the same, dubious quality.
It can only stay the same or get worse. Okay, fair enough.
Right. Time to move on.
Tougen Anki.
Right. I'm going to move on to. Detective these days are crazy. Which requires me to actually press the button.
You do, yeah.
By the 6th episode, I gave it a nothing special 3-star. I'm gonna jump this to an acquired taste 3-star.
Wow.
Right. The comedy in this, like the number of times I was just pissing myself laughing. I was really enjoying this. This is a degree of comedy that is wacky and zany, to the point of near absurdist, but still keeps a professional level of modesty. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, so it's definitely absurdist in that sense, but it just toes the line of before it goes too far.
Yeah. It really, really does toe the line. And I thought that this was, this is what I'm going to drop. This is what I'm going to drop. In all honesty, I didn't. And I just kept, every single time I put on an episode, it just made me laugh. I don't know what it is about. I think it's the detectives side of it. If it wasn't detectives, I would have been all gung-ho for it and watched it on the weekly. But ultimately, I ended up binge-watching the last 6 episodes because I had other stuff I'd rather be doing, right? But I was just like, I'll stop after the 7th episode. I'll stop after the 8th episode. I'll stop after the 9th episode. Fuck, I'm just going to go to the end, right? The level of humor, or the degrees of the mysteries in this are the equivalent of, a wet trout across the face. And you're able to keep up relatively easy with what the mystery would be. Like, for example, there's one mystery where someone has been reportedly taking photos of inside the women's changing rooms, right? And of a swimming pool, right? And you're left thinking, well, how on earth did they manage to pull that off? The simple answer is a woman was the one doing it, right? So when they ended up catching a guy at the swimming pool taking photos, the detective was like, well, it's not him. It's like, what do you mean it's not him? He's got photos on his phone. It's like, yeah, but none of them are inside the women's changing rooms. We're not looking for a guy, we're looking for a girl. And,
somebody who can literally walk in.
Yeah. And it was a nice caliber of quality for the mysteries. The mysteries were like wafer thin, but still, at least they weren't. Have you considered this really, really obvious thing? Like, how on earth? Like, unlike Death Note, where it's just like, this is absolutely whacked out to the gourd. This was really, really simple, right? But the main selling point
is that he's got a Shikigami. How did you?
Yeah,
or Shinigami. How did you figure that out?
Yeah. When there's been no recorded cases of Shinigamis ever, but again, the great thing about this show is the comedy and nothing else, right? I do recommend this to people. I do hope it gets a dub, but I think you'll enjoy this, Nasuth. I genuinely do.
Really?
It's that level of absurdist humor, like Bocce the Rock and things like that.
Ah.
Yeah?
Right.
So, right, that's detective these days are crazy. And Nasuth, it's now your turn.
Oh, let's get Onmyo Kaiten ReBirth first out of the way.
Okay.
With its stupid name.
Stupid face.
This is one that I was actually at the 6th episode point. I was really kind of interested because it was this strange setting with these interesting almost tokusatsu tropes going on, but like it was such a weird mishmash of stuff that I hadn't seen, or that I had seen but used in a different way. Like, it's an isekai, but it doesn't feel like a traditional isekai. It involves what you think is time looping, but it doesn't feel like time looping because it actually isn't. But it was an acquired taste 4. Unfortunately, the second half, I almost want to rate it lower than what I've written here, but I have acquired taste 1. I'm actually going to make it acquired taste 0. It has fallen quite a bit. I did still enjoy it, kind of, but I don't think I could recommend it, really, because it needed, realistically, I think it needed at least another 6 episodes. The second half feels extremely rushed. And at first that feels fine, because it's tokusatsu stuff. You kind of expect a bit of off the railsness, but it starts becoming this thing where like every episode is a twist. Here's this twist that you didn't realize was happening. Oh, here's this other twist you didn't realize was happening. Like I have here. So they reveal the origins of one of the characters, and I'm like, I'm sorry, they're from where? And then they reveal even more about the character, and I'm like, I'm sorry, they're from when? Because it comes completely out of left field. And I don't want to give too much of that away. Wow, fuck it, I don't care. It's Tsukimiya, the main female love interest in the show, right? You find out that she's from the future, and she lived on the moon. Because Earth had been so ruined by this point that there were only a few survivors on the moon, and things like air and water were at a premium. So they came up with a way to send a consciousness back in time. And the idea was that they would eventually migrate everyone there, right? But the technology was too expensive. And then somebody killed everyone on the moon, and she was the only survivor, so she sent herself back in time. And then you find out that the reason that he's shifting our main character is shifting through these times, right? They're not actually times, they're different dimensions, which is something I figured out relatively early on. But the reason they're different dimensions is because this Onmyo, our Seimei, back in the, I think, Edo period, I can't remember what period he was in, saw his world being locked into a timeline, when time shouldn't be locked like that. It should be a free-flowing path to the future. And so to keep his world from being destroyed, he split it into 100 different worlds to try and find the best one. And, oh god, it gets worse and worse. Yes, Eno.
When you say different dimensions, is this multiverse theory?
Kind of.
What's the difference?
So what he did is take the real world and split it into 100 different possibilities, and then as there are reasons for why it eventually gets this way, but he's doing something called a world whittle. So he takes off. He has the different dimensions fight each other. Right? Each one thinking they're humans fighting Oni. Because they see the other side, the other dimension that they're fighting as Oni. But they're actually just different versions of the same world. And the winner gets to absorb all the technology and stuff from the loser, until eventually there's only one world left. And then he splits it into 100 worlds again. And he keeps doing this for reasons.
Interesting.
And then you find out,
I say loosely,
you're supposed to think that his motivations for this are really selfish, but in reality, he's trying to avoid I can't even describe it. But then you find out that Tsukimiya is the one who killed everyone on the moon, so she can send herself back in time. And the reason that the world is locked into this one timeline is because the Great Time Bird, which is what she calls the machine, is designed in such a way that it destroys alternate worlds that don't end up with it being created in the first place and her being sent back into the past. And that's why everyone's locked into those one timeline. There's no possibility of branching futures. It's so it just hits you with all of this over and over, point after point after point after point. There's no room for any of it to breathe, and it just oh god. And then the whole resolution is even worse. Yep. So it started out really interesting, and then it just can't recommend it. Can't recommend unless you want to see something just more insane than Evangelion. I cannot recommend it.
Jesus. Wait, you say you can't recommend it, but you've given it a quiet taste 0.
Yes, because the first
there's
half
a lot of
is
redeeming qualities.
Well, the first half is still really interesting, and there are some the idea of the reason, they explain why this version of Heian Kyo, I think that's the name of the city, is so weirdly technologically advanced and has but yet still has all this magic stuff. It kind of makes sense. Things like that, you know. And there's the art style is still really good. Like David Productions did a really good job with the art, even the CG stuff. But yeah, if it just had more episodes to breathe and maybe explain some of this stuff better, rather than just hitting you with the twist and then the next twist and then the next twist and then the next twist.
Does it actually finish, or is it cliffhangering for a second season?
No, it is finished. It is finished.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So that was...
And it does technically have a happy ending.
That was Onmyo, Kaiten.
ReBirth verse.
Yeah.
Right. Thaylien.
Right, I'm going to go on to my next silly one, which is the Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses.
No, that's mine.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yes.
Why is it? Outrageous. Sorry, I'm just going through the things. And if that's the case, I'm going to go on to a harmless one of the Water Magician.
Okay. I can try to steal my shows.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
So, the Water Magician is a acquired taste 2-star, which is unchanged from my previous rating of it. It's basically stayed the same. So, this one is a show that's definitely created to sell the manga. It's all set up, no actual payoff, which annoyed me a little, but not enough to knock a star away. We have a writer that's definitely trying not to run away with the power fantasy of the main character, and focuses a lot on the side characters. There's a lot of introductions, a reasonable amount of world building, but our main character seems less a self-insert and more like just the audience's point of reference, so that they can see where things are happening in relation to the main character. The art style remains weird to me, with this Photoshop canvas texture across all of the backgrounds. The movement of things like doors is throwing me off a little, because not a whole lot of... it seems like they've transformed them closed rather than rotated them. You know? Like using a warp function in Photoshop.
I'm with you.
So there's not a whole lot of budget on things like those. But the one thing that really tied it together for me in terms of how the author and the director are approaching it is something I reference as the Sora entrance. The section where many of the adventures, including our main character's friend Abel, have been transported away by a dungeon phenomenon and trapped in a dark area they can't escape. There are monsters called devils and a single proto-demon lord creature. And it's looking desperate for them. These are really powerful creatures. They're killing people. They are, all the non-voiced adventurers are dying. And Abel tries to self-sacrifice. He says to get for his friends to get to safety, and he goes to face off against the proto-demon lord. And at the last minute, when he's being beaten half to death, and he's not going to win, he thinks he's going to die, he calls for Ryo, and Ryo just breaks through the ceiling and lands next to him in a pillar of light. And it's exactly like the scene from Kingdom Hearts 3, which was released a year before the light novel for this show was. It's the same pose, it's the same timing, and it's I was like, oh, that suddenly makes sense. That's what this character is supposed to be. You know, this it's a solid, good-natured goofball with a more serious side that can fight with an unreasonable amount of power based on his imagination and emotions. But he's basically a tourist in the world, and he's just there for specific moments, to solve specific problems, and everything else he wants to let the rest of the world get on with what it's doing. It's silly, and it explains why I would rate the show higher than many other people, because I like the character archetype. It feels familiar to me. So the summary for this show is, if you like Kingdom Hearts, this might be the casual anime for you. If you don't or haven't played the game, then probably pass. Don't worry about it. That's why I say it's an acquired taste.
Okay then. So that was The Water Magician.
The Water Magician. Just get it out of the way.
Okay. Right. I think I am going to go to the Apocalypse Bringer Mynoghra, World Conquest starts with the civilization of Ruin.
Would you say it's a kingdom of ruin?
No, shut up. Right. This... Christ. This is a 1-star pass.
Wow.
So I gave it a 1-star, nothing special before. And it took that generic isekai video game faff it was an RTS, right? It was based on an RTS. It did a really good job of the RTS stuff, and then decided to get bored, jump off, and introduce RPG elements. All right. So, this is full spoiler territory. I'm not going to hold anything back here. But effectively, this is full spoiler territory, and I'm hoping Naz is going to hit the button.
Oh, sorry. I figured it was just good enough to say spoiler.
No, I'd rather have the button on than not.
Oh, well, I should have done that for Onmyo. Oh, well, whatever.
Right. The problem with Apocalypse Bringer Mynoghra is that it sets up the whole show to be a Civ/Warcraft 3 style RTS, where resource management is important, summoning hero characters is important, making alliance with other factions is important, and things like this. But then
you have to be careful with that. Nintendo's going to sue them for it.
Shut up. But the problem is that they introduced another faction entirely, which we don't know where they are on the world map, which we actually have a world map to see, and it's just like, where the hell are they? And they are based on an RPG, so it's basically, imagine Dracula up in his castle, sending his minions forth to terror. And the key tell was the fact that monster corpses were disappearing and money was left behind, which is a cool tell of the RPG mechanic. But the problem was that these boss monsters had specific abilities and things, and cutscenes and scripted events and stuff like this that just threw everything for a loop. And as a result, the whole narrative kind of just goes sideways. And it's less about the RTS side of things and more generic RPG elements that you get in every generic isekai. And that really ruined it for me. If it was a case of like they were different RTSs, fine. But the second you're introducing RPG elements, like, what's the difference between this and any other isekai? None. The main character who has been isekai'd into this world that is the game, because his character didn't exist in the actual game he played, he assumed that effectively he was kind of a non-entity. He was just a spectator. He was just running things telepathically from the shadow, sort of thing. And it's not until the very last episode where he gets upset, he punches the floor, destroys the treehouse he is in, then goes, wait a second, punches a tree clean in half, and is just like, oh, I'm actually a unit in this RTS. It's just like, this is so stupid. He even questions, why didn't I try this from the start? Like, I don't fucking know. You're a moron, apparently. Top player of this game, my ass. Yeah, it really, really goes downhill. Berserk of the Berserk of Isekai, my fucking ass. This is just trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Are we done with spoilers?
I think we're done with spoilers. If this gets a second season, there's no chance in hell I'm watching it. Like, none. I was so upset with the end of this series.
But Zeno, that one panel of the manga where the character is like grinning really wide, isn't that enough?
God.
Isn't that enough?
No.
Right. So that was
let's move on.
Apocalypse Bringer, Mynoghra, World Conquest starts with the civilization of Ruin.
It apparently ends with RPG mechanics.
So speaking of generic isekai, let's do Rising of the Shield Hero. Because that how the mighty have fallen. So this wasn't Acquired Taste 3 last at 6 episode mark. I was already worried. I think that was even down from where it had been before. It is now a nothing special 4, which may still even be a little too high. I might be being generous here. But it feels like the second half of this is almost as rushed as the Onmyo Kaiten of the stuff that I was talking about. But at least Onmyo Kaiten was trying something unique. This just feels like we've shifted fully into generic shonen, isekai, power fantasy, harem garbage. Right? I think it's a total of 4 episodes between when the time they get to Raphtalia's homeland and the time that she's installed as the new empress. And that seems like, given... fair enough.
We knew that from season 3. We knew that from season 3.
No, but we didn't know that she was actually going to defeat the other faction. And anyway. And given how little I liked the first half of this season, I thought it was like a completely useless sidetrack for the characters. It makes it even worse that they did that when they had all of this, which arguably would have been way more interesting, and they squish it all down into like 6 episodes, 5 episodes, 4 episodes from the time they actually get there until it's done. 6 episodes if you count the journey on the ship. And it's just like, you had so much potential here for something interesting, and instead I'm just bored. I'm just stupidly bored. There's another... okay, so like right at the beginning, here's an example of how this season kind of goes. Right? They get to the city and they kill a monster, and it turns out that it's illegal to kill any living thing, including monsters. But so they're like, "Oh no, we're in trouble with the police." But then literally minutes later, they show off this jewel that they got from the water dragon that signifies that they have protection from it. And so they just let him go. And then the next episode, oh no, their powers have all been disabled by this person they're fighting, even Naofumi's, and they might have to actually be clever when they fight. Oh wait, never mind. No, somebody threw him a new shield, and everything's fine now. It's that level of like, oh no, never mind. They just powered up randomly and killed this big monster in a couple of hits. It's
Tougen Anki style.
Yes! It is just generic power fantasy isekai garbage now. This is probably the most disappointing fall from grace, given where season 1 had us.
Yeah. I wonder whether or not the light novels do the same, or whether or not this is just the adaptation. Because, like, you'd swear these aren't the same show. Yeah.
I still don't understand why Naofumi even cares enough about any of these places when he's got stuff to do to get ready to fight the Phoenix.
Yeah, they even says it to them a couple of times. In the first half, he even says, I've got my village to protect and I've got to get ready to... Why are you wasting my time?
Yeah.
And they just, but you just can't do that because all the people will be disappointed in you.
It's because they want him to end up ruling the world, right? I get it. I understand exactly where this is going. He's already got 2 kingdoms under his belt, essentially 3 kingdoms under his belt because of the starting kingdom that's loyal to him thanks to the queen. And it's gonna continue that way. He's gonna take over more and more kingdoms until the entire world is united under him, and that's just gonna be where it goes.
Yeah, well, conquering shield hero. It's got to be.
I assume you generally agree with my my statement, Thaylien, or my position.
I didn't finish it. I did end up deciding not to put my time into this one, and the reason I can only say, I bet that this is something along the lines of Goblin Slayer or Soma Spider So What, where the director of the anime has or the various directors of the anime have chosen to pick things from the story they know are going to happen from the author, and just kind of shuffle them about.
Maybe.
You know, like Soma Spider So What doesn't even talk about the other human characters in the first 200 chapters of the fucking manga.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even bring up the fact that there were other people there. You only see one small reference to it in the fact that the teacher, who is an elf, you see her recognize the spider in a single town alley, and it's like a 4-panel interaction, and they don't speak, and the spider doesn't even notice.
Wow.
Yep. So that's a thing. So the anime seriously screwed it up. But and the same with you yourself, Xeno, have brought up the Goblin Slayer one with the terrible second season. Just skipping so much. Like, look at him, he nearly died just thinking about it.
Yeah.
An even worse adaptation than the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Shield Hero. Basically, just stop after the first season. Just don't do it. And it's getting a 5th season. I don't understand. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know how it's getting a 5th season. I really don't.
People like their generic isekai slop, I guess.
Anyway. Go on, Thaylien.
All right. Okay. So what are we going to pick up next? I think I'd like to do. I'm going to keep going with the silly, with Reborn as a vending machine. Now I wander the dungeon. So this is. Wait for it. There we go. Switching. This is an Acquired Taste 3, down from Acquired Taste 4. Because this show only gets fucking weirder. Vending Machine is not, I repeat, not the weirdest isekai character in this show. Apparently, he was only recently predated in this universe by an isekai character that was reborn as a field.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry.
Yes. A field for, a field for cultivating and growing crops in. And field is the reason for the Demon Lord's current absence. Apparently, Field literally got up to rescue a girl from demon forces, from his quiet life of being farmed by a little old lady in the country.
I'm sorry, what?
And then followed her, a pig and a crow, to the big city to escort her safely there, found the city was under attack, fought back against the Demon Lord's forces, took the fight to the Demon Lord, and then went back to being a regular field in the Demon Lord's territory.
Now you're saying
we know this
an
because
actual,
we meet a young girl,
an actual plot
a
of land,
boar, and a 3-eyed crow in the dungeon, who are here to find the Demon Lord's follower that's been menacing them from the start of this season, so that they can gain access to the Demon Lord's lands through him and go visit their friend Field again.
Now, you're saying this is an actual plot of land, not like a personified version of the plot of land. The plot of land is actually fighting things.
Yes, the plot of land is a magic field that can grow anything and absorb monsters into its soil for nutrients.
I
don't know.
Hold on. No, wait. Hold on. No, wait. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. If memory serves, Vending Machine can't move itself.
No.
Vending Machine has to be carried.
But you see, a field is full of all kinds of bugs and stuff that just pick it up and move.
And plant growth.
If that's the case,
growth, and plant growth.
Right. Okay.
So
fine.
Vending Machine can pick itself up. It can do the whole transform into a helium balloon vending machine, a children's cardboard vending machine, and then support itself inside its own little shield to float around.
Okay. Yeah, but that's fine, right? But my point is that the field didn't just sprout a pair of human-shaped legs 20 stories high and then just walk off.
Honestly,
okay.
I kind of respect the decision to make it this crazy. I really do. It's almost like a fairy tale at this point now.
But as long as it maintains continuity, that's the important. Like, how long did it take for the fucking field to get there?
Apparently, the field itself. So the person that became the field apparently stayed there while the person that the old lady. There was a nice couple in the country farming this place, and it was apparently a lifetime for them to grow old and for the husband to die before the little girl arrived.
Okay.
Before, while he was like gaining power and leveling up by being farmed or something. That's the only thing I can put it. So compared to that, a vending machine is no longer as weird as it should be. Unless a vending machine has multiple uses. I mean, how in the hell did a field fight the demon lord?
It ate it.
So that said, the overall plot is still about the way that the Demon Lord's General is trying to remove the dungeon to take it out of human hands. So multiple levels of it are under attack from his minions. They're using dungeon monsters to attack, so taking them out and breaking control rings is still this overarching thing. They get a little vague along the way, plot-wise. An episode could be dedicated to them winding up in the Dark Forest lair, spending days to carve a path to the final boss at the end. So that they can free the humans it has turned into plants. But then a Demon Lord's minion will just try to kill everyone by burning the whole forest down and being a big, mean person. Proper adventuring stuff. But then they'll have a whole section dedicated to a cooking competition or a Miss Universe pageant or Miss Dungeon Lair pageant to try and raise everyone's morale. Which is very odd. And the only mention we've seen of the guys that turned traitor to save their son and have defected the Demon Lord's side is mentioned by one of the Demon Lord's minions. They've just kind of, it's all these choices seem to tell me that the director knew there was going to be a new season coming out, and they've just kind of let the actual plot just amble along and not actually rounded it up nicely so that if there was an end to the season, it would be a satisfying end. That trick of actually doing a climactic fight or something that would give them some kind of closure to that season. And it just hasn't happened in here. And it loses that star for that one alone. And overall, the show's still fun for me. The balance shifting towards adventuring with a few side tangents to do silly things is nicer. But then they introduce a very serious side plot that they've done basically nothing with. So, guys, it is getting a third season. It was announced at the end of the final episode. Watch it if you like silly isekai. It's fun, but...
Yeah, I don't think I would like it.
Only for the weird factor.
I don't think I would like it, but I gotta give credit where it's due. It does sound like they're leaning heavily into the silly factor.
The weird factor.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
So that was Reborn as a vending machine. I now wander the Dungeon.
Well, I feel like you're having a stroke or something. Right. Okay.
You couldn't tell because his hands aren't above the table.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I am going to move on to... I was reincarnated as the 7th Prince, so I could take my time perfecting my magic ability, Season 2. Right?
Alrighty.
What did I give this last?
What a mouthful.
Yeah. I gave this last time...
Why do I not get a waifu?
Yeah, well, you suck.
You guys have waifus,
I don't even know who these characters are.
How old are those characters? I don't know if I want to be associated with this.
Moving on. So I got... so I gave it Acquired Taste 3-star last time. I'm giving this Acquired Taste 2-star this time. Right? And it is for what... You can't fucking... You barely read that.
You really can't see it, can you? Hang on, maybe if I put it on there a couple more times.
No, that's fine. Right, so the whole reason for the drop is only because it is just one story. The entirety of the season is just one story. With season 1, there were multiple stories, like, you know, Lloyd learning how to do a lot of his magic and things like that. But season 2 is just one story. I think this series is a lot better to be binged because you can consume the combat and everything at the pace you want to. And at no point in time did I feel bored and wanted to stop watching, but I did want to get more of Lloyd fighting other characters. I feel that this is a testament to most anime narratives where the arcs just get longer and longer and longer. It may have been better if they got like maybe a small mini adventure and they just slotted it halfway in between when it was suitable to do, sort of thing. You know, just kind of put things a bit out of order. It is a good series. I do love I was reincarnated as the 7th Prince so I could take my time perfecting my magic ability. It is a dumb fun series. And Lloyd is weirdly coded, right? Like, if you look at Lloyd, you wouldn't be able to tell his gender based on his appearance in any way, shape, or form, right? I think originally they wanted Lloyd to be female. However, they thought that wouldn't sell, so they pushed him to be male.
I feel the same way about Honesty.
I could get behind that as well. Honesty, you know, but you know, it is really weird. But Lloyd is such when he is fighting, he comes across more as a villain than the villain he is actually fighting, right? So if he wanted to, he could just basically reshape the world however he saw fit. But he likes the world as it is. He wants to explore the world as it is. He wants to experience the world as it is. So realistically, he is the villain that the world deserves, right? Well, I mean,
he's the villain we need, not the villain we deserve.
Yeah. So it's a pretty. I like the show. I like the show a lot. I do highly recommend it. It does have an English dub, at least for the first season. If you watch the first season and you enjoy it, then watch the second season. But seriously, the only criticism. The only criticism is the fact that, you know, it's just one narrative the whole season, whereas like season 1 has like 4 or 5 narratives. So anyway.
Having one narrative isn't the worst thing as long as it's a good narrative that doesn't feel stretched out.
Yes. At no point in time did it feel like, you know, I've actually got a meme for this later, but at no point in time did it actually feel like any of the scenes were needlessly stretched out. The comedy in it is golden. There's like one of the villains is actually gets his own intro sequence, which is like, you know, it copy pastes the intro of the show but puts the villain in as the main character. And hilariously, other characters that are there like, no, we're not doing this. We are not doing this, right? And then he tries to do it again, and he tries to continue the intro. It's like, no, stop it. We got stuff to do.
So actually kind of fun.
You may like this, Nasuth, but I honestly don't think you will, because you don't like a lot of isekai stuff.
It's true.
So give it a go. See what you think. But anyway, that is I was reincarnated as the 7th Prince, so I could take my time perfecting my magic ability. I enjoy it. I really do.
Nice.
Right. So, speaking of things that get needlessly drawn out, let's talk about Kaiju number 8.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Good segue.
I'm actually going to change my rating of what I have written down here because I've been thinking about it more since I watched it. Now, this was a must-watch 4. It's still honestly really fun. I am mostly enjoying it, but I think I'm going to give it a must-watch 1. Because I feel like this half especially was really stretched out by people in the control room talking and like just observing stuff that we were already seeing but putting it into words. And it's like, no, you don't, I just saw it. You don't need to tell me about it. So that happens a lot. But otherwise, it is a very good disaster show. I like the music choices they make for the kaiju because they actually sound like classic Godzilla or Mothra or what have you music, you know? I like the escalation between the Defense Force and Kaiju number 9. I like that we find out how all these other kaiju are coming around and why they're more powerful. But I don't really have a lot to say about this section because, like I said, it's just Kaiju number 9 escalates, and then they do something in return, and then Kaiju number 9 escalates, and then they do something in return, and they're trying to keep Kafka out of it because they want him to be like kind of a secret weapon in the background, right? And so you're spending the whole season waiting for Kaiju number 8, and then they leave you on a cliffhanger. So, like, it's possible that I shouldn't have watched most of shouldn't have binged most of this season right after watching Dandadan, but I don't know, man. It's still a really good disaster show, but it's not as interesting as the first half was when we were getting used to the world and seeing Kafka, learn, get to understand how to be Kaiju number 8 and so on.
Okay, so I have a genuine question for you, and I feel like this is a common problem with most Shonen Jump stuff. I'm not even entirely sure if Kaiju number 8 is Shonen Jump, but a lot of the problems that I find with the likes of One Punch Man, the likes of Bleach, the likes of Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, you name it, right? There are too many characters that need screen time, right? And I genuinely query how much screen time is Saitama going to get during the course of One Punch Man Season 3? Because if it's going to remain true to the manga, he's going to barely be in it at all, right?
There's definitely a bit of that. Because we are following, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I think 6 people out in the field.
Yeah. But
that wouldn't be as bad because it's all interesting stuff if they didn't keep flashing back to the control room, seeing all the army people react to what's going on.
6 people or 6 groups?
6 people.
So
the groups don't get a lot of... There are some other groups with them, but they don't get a lot of, like, mention. They're just kind of background characters.
So are we talking about like 2 groups of 3? Are we talking about
No.
They're all on their own?
Well, I think they all end up getting split up to different areas of the city to respond to different disasters that are going on.
Like, yeah, I mean this is.
I enjoy those parts. I liked those parts. Those were the good parts. The parts that sucked again. I cannot stress this enough. Literally, something would happen, and then we'd go back to the control room, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, blah 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 blah." It's like, yes, I just saw that. I just saw this person unleash more combat power. I just saw this person get their bones broken. I don't need you to tell me again.
I'm genuinely wondering, like, if this is what it's like in the manga, and I'm going to assume, considering what season 1 was like, it wasn't like this in the manga at all.
Yeah. I think if there was an edit of this that cut out all those bits, it would be much more enjoyable. Or at least most of those bits.
Yeah. We need a kaiju pace.
Right. Any other questions before we move on?
No.
Nope, good.
Alright, that is Kaiju number 8. Still enjoyable, not that great anymore. Or not as great anymore.
Okay, Vending?
Alright, I'm moving on to Scooped Up by an S-Rank Adventurer.
Oh god, that one.
Yep. And this is such an interesting balance for me. It's an acquired taste 3, which is unchanged from last time. I want to compare this anime to food. Not like cooking anime or something, but actual food. This is the fantasy anime equivalent of a light afternoon tea. A small meal with standard formula and no real complications. It isn't as filling as a full lunch or supper, like a bigger anime, but it's good to have on a weekend when you have the time. What I'm basically saying, this is a genuinely non-problematic, non-controversial, simple fantasy anime where the protagonist is technically overpowered and exceptional, but is actually a bit likable and teamwork-based and wants to find a real connection with the people he meets. The team gets meaningful growth and screen time. The subplot of kidnapping a girl to use her ancient magic to send a monster army at the frontier city is a precursor to a larger plot that she's actually part of the Emperor's family and needs escorting home, and the escort mission gets very dangerous and results in them all, getting a mansion to base themselves out of as an Empire-sanctioned adventuring party as a reward. It plays out like a D&D one-shot. There's a couple of powerful NPCs. We give the party a level up at one point. The character that nearly dies due to a stupid tactic against a final boss is saved by a Deus Ex Machina that the DM thought up, just because it was good at role-playing and wanted a happy ending. And the most powerful spells they use are actually just cleverly used buffs and cantrips. So the animation isn't quite up there. It's solid, but you can see where they've cut a few corners. The background lore could use some more time to actually grow, but I wasn't taken out of the show by either of those. Compared to hundreds of others I've seen with the experience of watching fantasy shows with this kind of beginning, the kicked out of a hero's party, or I'm a really powerful guy coming into a small group, I don't know how powerful I am. I would watch this again and recommend it to people who haven't, got anything else to watch. If they haven't seen this format of show before, I would introduce them with this one and say, this is like your standard middle ground for them. You've got a lot worse and you've got some better, but this one will actually show you what the tropes are.
A standard shortbread
harmless
cookie instead of something like a lemon cookie or something.
Yeah, so it's not the best out there, but it's definitely not the worst, and there's nothing wrong with it. So many of these power fantasy ones end up having something wrong with them. I mean, one of the worst being that fucking Re-Monster. Because that had some serious, oh my word, how did they even get that published?
Isn't that getting another season? I think that's getting another season.
It is. I think we spoke about that before.
Yep, that's awful. And I dropped that the second we got to that part. It's just not right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's no things you can find objection about it. There's no slavery subplot. There's no characters getting inappropriately attacked subplot. There's no excessive fan service. In fact, there's barely any fan service at all. The team lead is a ridiculous pink thing anime girl, but actually gets meaningful growth and is not the... Did my cat just meow?
Yeah.
Sorry, right into the mic. She's walked up on the desk and just meowed into the mic.
That's adorable.
Yes. Hello, you. Right. So, there's nothing in here that the anime community could find, actually argumentative. So, yeah, this is a good baseline for what these kind of shows should be. These kind of fantasy kicked out of a party shows should be.
All right.
Fair enough. Okay, so that was... What was that?
Scooped up by an S-ranked adventurer.
Yeah. Right.
Cats on cam.
Lol.
Everyone stop cats on cam. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to do Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. Alright. Now, at the 6th episode review, I think I gave this an acquired taste 4-star. No, I gave this an acquired taste 5-star, right? This time I'm giving this an acquired taste 3-star, right? It has stayed relatively consistent. They introduce more mechanics to the world. They introduce a lot more cool stuff. But there is one part towards the end of the series I just do not comprehend. Right? I don't understand what
Elaborate.
happened. If I'm going to elaborate, this requires spoilers. So before we spoilers, I will say, before we spoilers, I will say, I do enjoy the series a lot, and I would recommend it, and I do hope it gets another season. It is what feels to be more of a complex generic isekai, but at the same time it feels like it loses its way a bit, or it doesn't clearly set out this is the plan. It mentions the plan once and then just kind of goes with the flow, which is very distracting. Right, so if we want to set spoilers.
All right.
So during one of the later arcs, it turns out one of the later towns has a casino, and the casino is run by someone with a skill that effectively, if they lie to him, he can instantly kill them. Like he basically he's given 100% fatality if someone lies to him. All right. So they have to be very careful on how they answer him, yada yada yada. But ultimately, it turns out that this villain's backer is actually another almighty god, much like our main protagonist currently on screen. But she's been in this game world for a lot longer, and it gets a little confusing because she is actually related to one of the player characters, as far as I understand it. After the events with the casino and they shut it down and they're able to bring back proper jobs and everything to the economy of this town, they set up their own company, like, you know, not like an adventuring party, but like an actual business. And the idea of the business is to help people that have been isekai to this world, because there's a lot of them, deal with their
trauma, change in circumstances.
No. So they have like this story background part of their character sheet, and whatever's written in there is like 100% rule. It's 100% fact.
Right.
So one of the characters earlier on, she has this unbridled rage to kill anyone that she deems beautiful, right? So the way she solves that is to basically gouge out her eyes, so she can't judge. Yeah, so she can't judge anyone based on their appearance anymore, and as a result, she is in complete control. So it's like basically every player has this weird character description of their shit. I really can't remember. It's got a special name. I can't remember what it's called.
Backstory?
Kind of. Like, our main protagonist, that's where he put, like, all the negatives that he has. Which gives him the positives to become Almighty God as a class. So... Mm-hmm. But at one point in time... Yeah...
That's not quite right. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, just go on.
But there's one part of the narrative. There's one part of the narrative that effectively his appearance changes, so he becomes this pretty like Bishonen prince, and I don't understand why.
We're talking about the main character. He becomes
we're talking about him on screen right now, the one that's above me, right?
He becomes a bitchy boy.
But because of that, he loses all his powers because his powers are tied to his appearance. But I don't know why his appearance changed, right? And it's like, I'm still trying to understand this. And it seems really critical to the plot that someone did this to him. I don't know who. It could have been he himself, and he doesn't realize it, but I just don't know. I don't understand. It feels like the end is a bit rushed. And that is the only reason I am knocking a couple of stars off.
That does make sense.
Yeah, I do really enjoy the show. I do still recommend it to people. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, there you go.
Flavor text.
It's something like that.
Take me to Flavor Text Town.
God, that is Ugly Mug Epic Fighter.
And that was also Nasuth Fieri.
Anyway.
You want to try my donkey sauce?
Not in public, dear.
Moving on.
I only know about that because of Noticing Senpai. Anyway, let's do Sakamoto Days.
Okay.
So I don't know what I gave part 1, but I know what I gave the 6th episode of part 2. Wait, did I actually start? No, I didn't. There we go. Start. There we go. So this was a must-watch 4. It is still a must-watch 4. I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait for part 3, which I believe has been confirmed, if I remember right. This is another show that's just insane, and the escalation continues to be insane, but it feels internally consistent to their world, so I'm fine with it. And the pacing isn't out of control crazy like some of the other shows we've been talking about. It is a little weird that they are on a plane fighting each other as part of this entrance exam, but it makes sense in their crazy mixed up world. But there's I swear this is a reference. I swear to God this is a reference. There's a film-making assassin that shows up, and he looks and feels exactly like a JoJo character. And after he shows up, the plane crashes. And I feel like this is all just a JoJo reference to part 2, right? Because Johnny Joseph? Yeah, Joseph has that scarf on in part 2, you know? And it kind of looks like that. But none of them have parachutes, and yet they manage to survive for reasons that I won't go into, but are hilarious. And then we start getting into some deeper stuff, like the new character they meet has a connection to Sakamoto's past, and we're starting to learn a little bit more about Sakamoto's past and why he knows. I'm gonna call him Slur because that's what they call him in the English dub. I think it's like X or something in the Japanese dub. How he knows that guy, what his life as an assassin used to be like, you know, his friends at the time. And it's a little weird that nobody knows him. I guess it's because he's fat now and they're expecting a thin Sakamoto. But we do get an actual obsessed fangirl who does realize who he is and goes all yandere trying to kill anyone else that knows him until he gets her to join the team. Because why not? That is just how Sakamoto do. It is still really great watching Sakamoto go all out, like fighting with luggage, using luggage to fight an assassin, or taking the broken bit of a plane's landing gear, spinning it really, 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 really fast, then hopping onto it like a Segway and using it to launch himself off of a ramp into the air. It's so crazy, and I love it. But it does also end on a cliffhanger. Like I said, it's a great cliffhanger. But
when I watched season 1, it felt very much like we were firmly in John Wick, but he still had his dog. And it was kind of escalating a bit to the absurd. This sounds like, we're in firm Fast and the Furious here. Like, we're
I've never watched Fast and the Furious. So I couldn't tell you.
We're jumping between skyscrapers using Ferraris. That's how ludicrous this is currently going on. Are we there?
Ludicrous was in that one.
I probably wouldn't describe it that way. I guess kind of about Ludacris, the rapper.
Ludacris, the rapper. I don't think he was in that one.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Just ignore him and keep going.
Didn't I compare it to something? I can't remember. I probably was in my part 1 review and I don't have it. Kind of like Fable, but less realistic.
Right. That was one of the strong points to Fable, is like the realism. So
yeah, I understand that for sure. I don't know what I would describe it. What I would compare it to.
Do you feel that the plot points are slowing down at all? Like I was talking about with Seventh Prince, where it was all just one plot point. Do you feel like it has just as many plot points as season 1 had?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good.
Not necessarily as many different assassins, but just as many confrontations and deepening of our understanding of the characters in the world.
Okay. And this has an English dub. I'll probably give this
This does have an English dub,
to be fair. Yeah, make it easier to watch.
Right, so that was Sakamoto Days. If you like cheesy action, go for it.
All right, go on, Thaylien.
All right,
cheesy wholesome action.
Cheesy wholesome action. Compared to this, which is absolutely the opposite. This is definitely not cheesy wholesome or too much action.
Oh, it's to be Hero X? Yeah.
No, Lord of Mysteries.
Oh, Lord of Mysteries, okay.
Now, Lord of Mysteries is a must-watch 2-star, up from an Acquired Taste 5 last time.
Interesting.
I really like this one. I just watched it get stronger and stronger as it goes, with dark mysteries, underlying plots. Every single scene had quality just dripping off it. Like entrails, lots of those dripping. This one really pushed into the must-watch territory when it started killing off characters. Characters that were like development related. A mentor here, a superior there, and showed rather than told the descent of this world into near destruction. Yeah? Even saving the day was tragic, hard won, and resulted in losses that can't be regained. It's to the point, the final episode had a recap for people that didn't quite follow the mystery plot, clearing up a few things that even I wasn't paying attention to. And then it shows us that this is the end of the arc in this city, right? We know that there's going to be more to come. Something like another 5 or 6 seasons have been announced.
6 seasons of a movie.
Yeah, but if they continue this kind of quality, I am there for it. Our hero uses the advantages he has to progress faster than normal, building his little court above the mist to, have connections with powerful people in the rest of the world, getting clues on how to do things. So, one of the clues is there was another person that came to this world from his world, and he recorded his diary in, it's a Chinese manhwa, so it's actually Chinese that he records the diary in, and nobody else can read it apart from our new guy, our new hero. And hello, Pina.
No.
Yes, and and so he gets hints from it, like ways to think about the power system that change how you actually work through it. Like, one of the things is that to gain the power from these potions you drink, you don't kind of like grasp the power. You have to digest the potion properly by acting like the thing the potion is. So if you are a seer, you have to go about doing the job of a seer and actually thinking like one. If the potion is the clown, you've got to act like a clown, and it greatly speeds up the development of your powers. Whereas it's not, people haven't intuited that properly yet, and it's very hush in the upper levels. There are no coincidences in this. everything that he goes through seems to be laid out for him almost as like a progression path by somebody that came before him or somebody that's watching him. So he gets a hint to go to a library to look up something. And while he's at the library, he finds a person that he saw a vision of 2 episodes ago. And that person then leads him on a chase. And eventually he's able to get, say, the recipe for the next potion that he needs to advance his power path with from that person. So it's there's too many coincidences for it to be anything but intentional. And the world, the theme they've got going, this Lovecraftian evil British kind of look, this Victorian British look, coupled with Chinese way of actually looking at magic powers, is incredibly dark. It's incredibly deep, and I think Nasuth will absolutely love this, but I don't think Xeno will get along with it without a dub, because you do need to be paying attention.
Yeah, like,
so.
Wait, is this? Were you watching this in Japanese or?
It's just, well, Chinese with subtitles.
Okay, so either Mandarin or Cantonese. Yeah, I do struggle with Mandarin and Cantonese because, like, I find I do not have the ear to understand the inflection.
It's as subtle
emotion.
as deer and deer, right?
Well, no, it's because the inflection.
Lead rhymes with lead, but red rhymes with lead.
Exactly.
So, well, no, it's my
but
point
worse,
is that the inflection that I use to denote emotion is used to denote meaning, and it confuses me very easily.
Mm-hmm. We get you.
Either that or Avatars of Kings was just a shit suit.
No, I think
Right.
pretty much everyone agrees that Chinese is one of the hardest languages in the world to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's I recommend this one. I've loved watching it. I'm looking forward to the following seasons of this. It is a fantastic setting.
Right.
Should
we move on?
Lord of Mysteries. Lord.
Okay.
Yes, Lord of Mysteries.
Right. Thaylien tried to steal from me earlier, so I'm going to cover it now. The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses.
I'm surprised you stuck with this one.
I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed it. So Thaylien gave it a 4-star nothing special at the 6th episode. I'm going to continue that 4-star nothing special. You know, it was consistent. The character development was to be expected. The jokes weren't overhammed. Like, this was something I said at in the 3 episode, was I was very concerned that the main protagonist would shut down the second the female characters would look at him, and that would remain a constant problem. Now, by the end of the series, they have to try a lot harder to, well, by comparison, by measure, they have to try a lot harder.
He's developing a little bit of a tolerance, isn't he?
Yes.
He's trying.
And he even finds ways to persevere and things like this. The girls, the princesses, obviously have a lot more behind them in terms of backstory and development. We get a good chunk of one of them. We get an alright amount of, so we get a good chunk of the sorceress girl, the lavender haired one.
The demon princess.
We get an understanding of the motivation of the artificer faking out to be a priest. But the poisons expert, the dominatrix, I don't.
The dancer.
Yeah, I mean, there's still so much unknown about her. You don't.
But she did get that. She did get that nice little
character development towards the end.
Character development at the very end, where she turned herself into the character development.
Yeah, so it was I like this series. It is easygoing, right? It is not too complicated. At no point in time did I regret watching this. At no point in time did I feel the need to just let it stockpile and then binge watch it all in one go. I kept up with it every week. If a season 2 comes out, I will happily watch it. Even though it's in the nothing special category, it is an easy to watch series. All the characters do get developed. Yes. Again, the girl that's on screen, the sorceress, she becomes enamored with fishing, right?
Yep.
And it's just like
before.
Yeah, and she really enjoyed doing it. She enjoyed the experience of it and all. And again, that degree of character development is sorely missed in a lot of
The beach episode was not really a beach episode. It was a bit of fan service to put the thing. But
so funny.
They introduce a side character that you think is going to be nothing but a trope and an annoying character to deal with. And it turns out to be it turns out to be a thought-provoking discovery for the hero and for the demon girl.
Yeah.
And hints at and gives them the opportunity to move a bit forward. And there's even like little hints along the way that our hero is the real mythical hero.
Yeah.
All the good things a fantasy comedy show should have.
What could have made this show an acquired taste is an upscale in animation quality. Keeping the funny stories, but also putting in some serious stories. All the stories just felt, tongue in cheek the entire time. It's more progression. So like some of the stories didn't really have to span 2 episodes, but at the same time, so that's why it's nothing special.
It's better than Silliness of the Week, kind of.
Yes, yeah, and it doesn't feel like it was trying to force me to watch it at any point. So I'm happy with this one. I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being too critical on it. Maybe it should be an acquired taste, but I enjoyed this. I don't think Nasuth would. I think Nasuth would fucking hate it. I think he'd get bored within 5 minutes.
Yeah, it sounds really boring, honestly.
Yeah, right. That is the Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses. Nasuth.
Right, let's talk about something that's not boring. Let's talk about new Panty Stocking with Garterbelt. There's no way you could accuse Panty Stocking of being many things. Boring is not one of them. So this was an acquired taste 5. It remains an acquired taste 5 because I would love to make it a must-watch. It is incredible, but you got to be okay with the rude and crude humor. It doesn't shy away from any of it, but it really is just like the original. It's like going back to that late 90s, early 2000s period Can
I ask, right? Sorry to interrupt, but can I ask, is it safe to say if you like South Park and Team America and that sort of vulgar humor,
if you liked Dexter's Lab, but you wanted to see an adult version where Dexter says fuck, then you would probably like this.
There you go.
Because that's literally what it feels like. It feels like even the art style, you can tell by looking at it. It's mimicking that sort of Gendy. Is it Gendy? Gendy Tartakovsky? It's either Gendy or Gendy. I can't remember.
Gendy. I think it's Gendy because he's Russian.
Pretty sure that's right. It really mimics that sort of style of thick lines and weird proportions and what have you that he uses in all of his stuff. But there's just so many dumb jokes that are hilarious. Like they get sent to prison, right? And the first joke they make is it's them digging out, like using a spoon to dig out a hole in the wall, right? Because that's what you do in prison. And then the next morning they wake up and the hole is gone. And they use it all as a joke to ask, who filled my hole?
Oh my god.
I don't know who filled my hole. We get an Inferno Cop redux with Impact Cop instead. We get we get an entire musical built around swearing because Panty can't swear or else a curse will make her bite her tongue off. But if she sings it, it's fine. The curse doesn't trigger. Right. Exactly. But the actual message is opening up yourself to the world through song, which is kind of a fun little twist on it. They do... Imagine, if you will, The Twilight Zone meets Alien, meets John Carpenter's The Thing, meets Terminator, meets an old VHS sword and sorcery movie, meets He-Man, meets Harry Potter, and then imagine it's actually pretty damn good. You wouldn't think so, but there you go. There's a surprisingly wholesome Christmas episode at the end with lingerie, and then the finale, which I will not go into at all, it's pure distilled insanity of Gainax and Trigger packed into 25 minutes, about 25 minutes. You could tell whoever worked on this either watched the original and really understood it, or worked on it at the original people. I think it might be the original people who worked on it at Gainax. Yeah. But yeah, Trigger just hit it out of the park. I mean, it's just
question incredible. Though, do they do a similar bullshit ending of like they did with season 1? And because, like, if I remember correctly, season 1 ends on like the worst possible cliffhanger known to creation.
Yes, where Panty gets killed. Yeah.
Well, he said it. And do they do a similar thing at the end of season 2?
Look, all I'll say is that at the very end,
he won't say anything. He's not going to say anything. He's going to shut up.
Says there's going to be another season.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's all I'll say.
See?
That's all I'll say.
All right. Okay. I don't know if we can ever trust him because he's terrible at
I am the spoiler king.
He is the spoiler king.
Yeah. I mean, I have my moments, but Nasuth beats me in most.
Now, they haven't actually, as far as I know, there is no actual confirmation of a season 3, but Garterbelt does say it, so I'm gonna trust Garterbelt.
Oh no, but that could be exactly the same as.
I'm gonna trust Garterbelt.
No. Good luck, girl. Good luck, girl. At the end of see you for season 2. There was no season 2.
Season 2.
They even put in shots that would appear in season 2 in the actual ending of season 1, and it's just like you never got a season 2. And they were trying to pitch for a season 2 and they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, go on, Thaylien.
I'm going to surprise you by going for My Dress Up Darling season 2.
Oh, that doesn't surprise.
That's not a surprise at all. We know which one you wanted to end on.
Yeah,
fair enough. That was obvious.
So, this show has gone up a little. It's a must-watch 4-star for me.
Really?
Yes, because they took the latter half of the season to do things from Marin's perspective instead of Gojo's. Bringing her back to the fore. We gave Gojo's confidence boost. We did the mini arc for him, which was very important. But the comedy of this show comes from Marin being an absolute ray of sunshine to everyone around her.
Okay. Keep going.
We have everything from setting up a group cosplay to having moments of pure therapeutic breakthrough for the supporting characters. And the through thread to all of it is Marin being a nervous teenager about her crush. The whole scene where she imagines what could go wrong, psyching herself out, where she imagines Gojo saying that she's just a friend and then avoiding her more and more. It's too real. It's such a believable negative daydream that anyone could have come up with it, and yet the show nails the presentation of it without making it some kind of slapstick moment.
When was that?
She's literally I think it's 10 or 11, when she's lying in bed thinking, hang on, what's that noise?
What is that noise?
Oh, somebody's reversing outside the back. And that's with the window closed, so I'm sorry about that. So she's lying in bed thinking whether she should confess to him.
Oh,
and she's psyching herself out by just imagining how it could go wrong. And it's just such a simple thing. Yeah, how he could reply. And it just, I love these characters. The author makes them absolutely believable. a brilliant supporting cast. I've never felt so validated at being a games and anime fan as I have, or watching those characters on their little rants about video games. It makes me smile so much, and it's one I genuinely want to spoil myself on and go and read the manga if it's going to be too long before the next season.
There's
not
enough.
This. Yeah.
No, I have no info on this. All I have is there's not enough for another season.
Fair
so enough. Hopefully they'll end it with a movie. Like that's the hope,
or at least a 2-part OVA.
Yeah. Because they're getting to this point where yes, something has to happen or it's going to go wrong. And I've heard, unfortunately, a little bit about the ending of the manga on this, and so I know that it's not going to land horribly.
I mean, My Dress Up Darling is like one of the biggest mangas to get talked about on Reddit because it is just so widely loved. But the problem, you've actually changed my mind. I will actually agree with your rating. But
were you originally going to rate it higher or worse?
Lower.
Okay.
Because fucking Akira, the prop maker girl, like,
yes,
all the fucking melodrama that was surrounding that, and it was nothing. I'm like, I think it frustrated.
It was all a diversion. Yeah.
Not to go into spoilers, but I think the problem was watching it week by week was frustrating me because it was spanning 4 fucking weeks. And I was just like, for fuck's sake, can we please get some decent resolution? And I don't think it was a decent resolution whatsoever. But I do agree with you. I do love the fact that they went back to doing cosplay, which is what this series should have been about. It's the exploration of Gojo and Marin doing cosplay and what the cosplay scene is like for these characters experiencing it for the first time. Doing a group cosplay for the first time, doing props for the first time. There was one plot point that never got a resolution, but I mean,
which
hint? It's the amount she eats.
Oh no, yeah, I get on that one. I'm guessing
that just gets completely sidelined.
I think it's more used for those moments where it's to show that the other people are thinking of her. Like Gojo's thinking of her by making sure that he's paying attention.
Yeah. So
he doesn't judge her for it. He's just, paying attention for her because she cares about it.
Right. So it is a good series. I don't think it's the best season. I don't think it's the best season of the show. I don't think it's the best show of the season.
Oh no! Well, I mean, not with Danadan on the block. I mean, come on.
No.
Duh.
It is really good. But the question is, are we actually going to get the movie that it deserves to finish off the show? Yeah.
Well, if fucking Rent-A-Girlfriend can keep getting seasons, this should at least be able to get a movie.
Fuck Christ. Fucking Christ.
Yeah, and that's the other reason that My Dress Up Darling got talked about so much on Reddit, because of the ending of Rent-A-Girlfriend.
Superior ending, yeah.
No. The My Dress Up Darling ended before, but the problem was.
But it's the thing. It's a comparison
once
that.
Rent-A-Girlfriend's ending happened, people went back and said, "Yeah, but look how much better this one was."
Yeah, why couldn't you just do something like that kind of quality?
I think it was just the frustration of how long that ending took.
Yeah.
Because it was months and months of the same one scene finally culminating into a conclusion. It's just like, for fuck's sake. It's just like, it's the scene from the Monty Python Holy Grail. It's just get on with it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
I almost used a meme about that for this week.
Right. Yeah. So that was My Dress Up Darling. Xeno, I know you're going to want to do cultural exchange with a Game Center girl. So, you know, I don't know why I kind of try to take this role of shuffling around when we're ready to move between shows.
Green.
I always kind of
You're a natural born presenter.
I guess. I don't know. Anyways, you know, continue.
You're not the main character, you're just an MC.
Moving on to whatever people are talking about. Last time I rated this an Acquired Taste 3. I'm going to give this an Acquired Taste 4. So, one of my biggest concerns of the 6-episode mark was the relationship between two of the characters. It felt very romance-oriented. However, the show firmly lands its feet into slice of life. Our main character, Lily, ends up gaining a lot more friends at school, and they are not just like the occasional side character. They basically prominently feature throughout the rest of the season. The the game center is still the main focus of the whole thing, but they also go to different locations, different cultural parts of Japan and things. But my favorite episode was about Lily's birthday, right? They celebrated Lily's birthday like you do in the UK, right? The song was the same as what we sing in the UK. The presents were presented in the same way, but
they serve tea with candles.
Huh?
They serve tea with candles in it.
Clearly. But my favorite part, my absolute diehard favorite part, was the English breakfast at the start with Marmite.
No!
They actually put Marmite. No. It was on the side, so they could choose to spread it on the toast or not.
Beans.
Right?
Yes.
But
all Marmite should be thrown in the trash.
It looked like the actual genuine jar of Marmite. And one of the gifts she received was Marmite. It is like, you know, we thought you wanted something from home, and yeah. So, and again, they then do at the very end of the episode, they do a cultural swap where she has some sour plums that were also given to her as a gift. She was expecting them to be sweet, right? And Renji, who is the main male protagonist in the show, he ends up trying Marmite. He's like, oh, well, you know, it was gifted for her at her birthday. It is part of British culture and everything, British cuisine. I thought I'd give it a go. And like, they both reacted exactly as you would expect. Like, you know, Lily was just like, oh, it's so sour. I've tried the sour plums. They are so damn sour.
I love sour stuff.
Right? No. This degree of sour is like, you know, the Sour Patch Kids. You know the Sour Patch Kids, right? I will eat them by the handful.
Yeah, right? But that's because they're coated in sugar too.
Probably.
Yes.
But anyway. But
it's like biting into a lemon sour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. It's great.
Anyway, but
give
the whole point is,
give me death.
the whole point is that the cast really expands out. Lily's parents become a hell of a lot more prominent. Even Renji and his sister's mother becomes more prominent. You know, so that is something that I really, really enjoyed about the show, is the fact that it grew as the show went on. It is a dumb, fun slice of life. If you like slice of life, you're gonna enjoy this, right? Especially if you're English. If you've experienced Englishness, everything that they do in this is proper English, and I love the English accents. Right? They actually put the care and consideration. Like, I know this has a dub, and I whoa. If they talk with an American English accent, they're talking Japanese. If they talk with a British English accent, they're talking English. And it's just like, for fuck's sake. This is one of the shows you should not dub.
I mean, but how else would you do it, honestly?
Leave it as is, because that is the most important part of the whole thing.
No, I mean, if you are going to dub it, how else would you do it other than distinguishing between two different accents of English? I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but I'm saying how else would you do it? I don't think there is.
Everyone that's actually English speaks Cockney.
There you go. South African.
Anyway, right.
Nasuth.
Yes, Nasuth.
Yes.
So that was
Hikaru died.
Well, no, that was cultural exchange with the gamer girl, or game center girl, just to say. And now the summer Hikaru died, which to me may be the only show this season, potentially this year, we'll have to see, that rivals Dan to Dan in terms of how good it is. Now, I have given it a must-watch 4. It was a must-watch 1, so it's not quite as good as Dan to Dan, but it's the only thing that comes even close. The animation is beautiful. The characters are really well developed. The setting is, really well examined and explained. I don't really want to give away too much because the mystery is important, so I can't really give away what's happening. But like, I love the fact that Hikaru, this creature that lives in Hikaru, is almost like a puppy. It doesn't understand certain things are wrong, like killing people. It doesn't understand that killing people is wrong because to it, all souls just get recycled anyway. There's no real death. Mm-hmm. Whoever directed this really understands the importance of juxtapositioning certain scenes together, which specifically it was a school song and Hikaru and Yoshiki doing stuff together, and it ends in an extremely emotional moment that I don't want to get into. Hikaru starts changing in ways that I kind of expected, but in the way it appears, the way it's brought out is not what I expected. It is heavy on the emotions, right? This will be a very emotional watch if you watch it. But I think all of the emotions feel natural and are handled really well. It's possibly one of the best boys love shows I've ever seen, while at the same time having this edge of horror and mystery permeating it. And I'm so glad that it has a season 2. The way it ends is good. Like, it is a resolution to the storyline that we're in. But clearly there's more that has to happen. And it's so good. I don't know how else to explain it without going into like details of the story. But
we can leave it there. We can leave it there.
Mm-hmm. We can.
Yeah, I think if you want to see a really good horror, mystery, romance, deep exploration of inner turmoil sort of stuff, it's really good. It's really, really good.
Yes. Impressive. So, the summer Hikaru died.
Oh, go on then, Thaylien.
Okay, and for my last one is the holdover from previous. It's the double courser of 2B Hero X. And my view on this one's unchanged, surprisingly, from back in the 6-episode review I did, in that it's a must-watch 4.
There's no way this is as good as Hikaru.
No, the entire show is incredibly faithful to the idea of superheroes, and that's a bit of a topic with Xeno, I know. But it's superheroes in a world where those are created and lost through their followers and believers in the public.
social system.
And the stories told are tragic by design, where the system rolls over and crushes real people in favor of iconic figureheads that are by definition not allowed to be really human. Hero powers are solidified and even redefined by their fans, like a girl famous for her travel videos having a toy gun that teleports her to a location in her videos, gaining that power in real life. But then when the fans ship her with another hero, the power eventually only lets her teleport to that hero's side. You know, it's only on her perceived death to the public that the idea of her being able to teleport anywhere she wants is given back to her because of a speech made in her honor wishing her that power back. This is a whole development of a hero that appears to be her basically becoming Hello Kitty Iron Man and defending another girl from a stalker. But the stalker turns out to be far more of a tragic story because they're also a hero, and the fans of the hero's persona have prevented him from speaking entirely. He can't talk and can't express emotions because that's his hero persona. The entire show is hero beginnings, in the sense that, you know, it's the backstory of each one. Every time a hero is established and comes into their power, another one is moved on to, exploring in-depth beginnings of the top 10 heroes in the show. All the ones that are competing to be Hero X. And each one is a combination of these awesome action scenes, an emotional backstory, and the overarching tragedy that is caused by the unthinking public being ruled by the uncaring corporations. Over the course of it, we find out the origins of their of trust, which is the thing that gives them powers, through belief, and the counterpart to it, which is fear. We see dozens of cases of backroom politics, corporate and individual cutthroat cunning moments, all of this to create the environment of heroes and villains for the world stage. And the finale is all about tying every single plot thread together from the view of the last hero on the list. It's visually and choreographically amazing. To leave us with the end of all these beginnings in the start of the actual Hero X competition. The rest of the story, as it were, is ready to happen in the follow-up season, if one happens. It's dark, it's visually stunning, it's uplifting, it's saddening, a complete roller coaster from end to end. And at no point is a scene or a detail unimportant because it ties it all back together. Whoever wrote to this in the first place has taken the idea of public faith-powered superheroes and realized exactly how awful it would be to those involved. They've created something it's magnificent from the darkness of that. I highly recommend it. Really give it a try. I was impressed after the first 3 episodes. I was impressed at the start, and I'm impressed at the end. The lack of a 5th star on it is only because of there not being more to watch. Not in a disappointing way, but we have to imagine where it goes next, like any good superhero movie, where they show that there's other villains that the hero has to take on in the next one. But the things we've seen have rounded up and been satisfying for this bit we've seen. And I want more. It's just so well done. And I can see Xeno champing at the bit to disagree.
Well, he didn't watch the second and 6th episodes, so I don't think he can.
Or the remaining 12 after that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's too cool. Okay. Did it have a tournament arc in it?
No.
What? I don't want to know.
It sounds like it's just origin story after origin story after origin story.
It is.
Which,
I'm not sure I would like. Connected. They're all connected, and it's all revealing a larger plot behind it.
I mean, like, I don't need to see Batman's origin story 17 million times.
Batman's origin story.
No. I'm not saying that. Like,
you're saying that the origin story is usually the least interesting part about a superhero.
By far, the origin story is the worst part of every fucking superhero because it is always the same. It's the hero's journey. It's like the part that is more interesting is when they already have the powers and you know what they do with the powers after that. But when you have the start for every fucking superhero nearly
But these thing is that these are not identicals, you know. You have different characters, different stories. People who do have the powers to start off with being replaced by people to get who want their powers for themselves. You've got origins in cults, in backrooms, in one of them's a dog.
The other side of this that I didn't like was
just
based on is 100% belief. It was like what was the name of that series, Nasuth? Battle After 5 Seconds of Meeting, where it was like, but if you think my ability is this, then it's this, and I'm like,
yeah, but this is the belief of masses rather than the belief of one other person.
Yeah, but
it needs millions of people to change
I sort of
what your
get
powers
that.
are.
Because the zeitgeist
the moon
is a
goes
thing
around the Earth once a day.
The public zeitgeist is a thing that a lot of people don't understand. So I get that they want to explore that, and that's a good idea.
Also,
I'm just not sure this is the best way to do it.
It also becomes clear over the course of the series that if you don't believe you're a hero, or don't want to be a hero, it doesn't matter how many people believe you are. You don't get the powers unless you believe in yourself as well.
That's bollocks, because Mr. Stan wanted to stop having powers, and he could never
he believed in himself.
No.
It's not whether you want them or not, it's whether you believe in yourself or not.
He believed he was a hero. He believed he could hold up that building to save that little girl, and she believed in him, so he could.
I'll also highlight the thing that I really struggle with this is the fact that millions of people can't be wrong. And it's just like, because
in the worst way.
No, Nasuth, they can't be wrong because what they believe in is what is true.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes.
But then that is look at how many I know
the Earth is flat, Nasuth.
Exactly though. But exactly. Look how many people objectively should know that V injections, the needles, are good for you.
Shots.
And yet there are so many people who are like,
Tylenol gives you autism.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like that is their truth, unfortunately, and you cannot convince them otherwise.
I don't want to live in a world.
The objective reality does not matter.
Anyway,
yes,
right.
But yeah,
this is why I struggle with this series so much.
Still,
I get it.
Brilliantly done. It is visually stunning, and the emotional moments do hit. So I say to people out there, it is worth the try. 24 episodes. Go watch.
Is there a dub? Do you know?
I think there is.
Okay.
Coming up, at least.
I'll give it a try.
Anyway.
Right, we spent too long on that.
Far too
long. We're going to spend even longer.
On Dan.
We're going to spend even longer on Dan.
No, we're not. Right? Dan. 5-star must watch.
Well, that is. I'll give you that, but that is objectively the wrong answer or the wrong rating. It is in fact a must-watch 100-star.
Right. Well, I can only see 5 on there, Nasuth.
I know.
If there was 100, I mean, I would have picked it, but I only see 5. Right. It is so fucking good. I have literally started reading the manga. Right.
Oh my
God.
God.
I'm not fucking kidding. Right. I finished Berserk. I'm like, what should I read next? I started reading like Chainsaw Man and other stuff. I finished watching Dan. I've stopped reading all my other stuff and I've started reading Dan.
Trying to describe what happens in this show is like trying to describe Kill la Kill or even FLCL.
Right. And that's just one episode.
It is visually incredible. It maintains its caliber throughout. The subtle references
and some overt ones.
The subtle references of not only Eastern but Western culture is incredible, right? Although technically that Western reference was also technically an Eastern reference, but that's what's the point.
You're talking about the run animation.
Yes. The which
it was Minecraft Steve.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
The everything that they are aspiring to in this series is so well thought of and pieced together that the only stumbling block of the whole series is a couple of early episodes where illegal no-no time is implied, and I know people that have a huge aversion to illegal no-no time. It shouldn't exist within any culture at all, anything. But
even though that's literally what aliens are supposed to do in all pop culture.
Well, yes, yeah. So that, this is American culture. This is what aliens are supposed to do. They are supposed to probe you.
Exactly.
And this is a large part of Dandadan's narrative.
Is that aliens and ghosts and stuff are real?
Well, no, I mean it's the adherence to this occult.
Yes,
not necessarily occult. The
parasci-fi. Yeah, paranormal might work.
Yes.
Yeah. Stuff like these weird tabloid magazines that exist where they're talking about alien abductions, crop circles, all shit like this.
Monkey Devil Baby, born in Florida.
Yeah, it is.
To Florida,
honestly, it is right. The only show that I say rivals Dandadan for anime of the year is Apothecary Diaries. I've said it wrong the first time. Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Right? And that was fucking incredible. So,
yes,
Dandadan Season 2 is absolutely amazing. If you are choosing not to watch it because of the illegal no-no time references in the show, you are seriously missing out. Right?
I have one protest, and it's not in a bad faith, right? Which is,
well, you're wrong.
The end of this season is worse than a cliffhanger. This is a whole escarpment hanger. Okay?
Well, it's been confirmed for a third season.
It has, yes.
And that's why I picked up the manga.
So
introduce something new and just finish on the only reaction that matters, which is Momo blowing things up.
It's so cruel.
Well, it's an absolutely incredible series, and
long live the king.
I don't think they could have done a lot of the animation in this without their practice on stuff like Tatami Time Machine and Devilman Crybaby, because even the fight with Gigi, right? The way his proportion, Okurin's proportions go out of the first one where he's fighting, the one where after he's fought the composers.
At the house.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like some of the way that Okurin moves is straight out of Devilman.
Yeah.
But it makes. I mean, it's fine here because it's so weird and it's paranormal and
So it honestly,
and the
it is
detail in it. Oh my god.
It is an insanely good series, and everyone should just fucking watch it. Like, if this is not contender for anime of the year, people should just you've.
I need to say the line as well.
No, you don't.
Nice dong.
10-gallon
wiener.
Oh my god.
I love that character. He's he is so gross and disgusting and perfect for that type of person.
The thing that I loved about him,
he doesn't mean to be that way. He just is.
I mean, the thing I loved about him was the fact that on his way to school, he was dancing to the Char's theme.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then as he got too close to the school, he kind of just stopped and was just mumbling it instead. And it's just
that is such a nerd thing to do.
All the efforts that they have put in this series are so well thought out. And the evidence was there from the get-go.
Yep.
Genuinely.
Yep.
This has been the only series that has been so good, I went to go read the manga.
I loved the way they leveled up his power and taught him like it made sense the way they did it. It wasn't just you're more powerful now because you want to be because you've used the power of the burning spirit. No, they actually had to do something.
Yeah.
High bubonic lion tamer.
Right. Should we move on with the rest of the show?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's it for these reviews. Seriously, go watch fucking Dan.
Go watch Dan. Go watch Dan. Go watch Hikaru.
Did you watch any of the shows that we dropped?
Thaylien Light.
Tell us in the comments.
Were there any shows we should have reviewed? Because like a part of me wishes I reviewed or at least checked out Ruri Rocks.
Yeah, I heard things about that.
There was another one which was another romance one that I didn't pick up and things like I might actually go watch them afterwards. But
yeah.
Anywho, right. Moving on to the supporter question. Just seeing what you change your name to, Nasuth. Right. Zrugor asks, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Please take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons so YouTube recommends our next video to you. We also do news. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that one on there as well. We also do the news every week on Tuesdays. Right. Zrul also asks, what has been your most unreasonable anime-related purchase so far? What's the definition of unreasonable?
Something that you would deem you shouldn't have been able to afford.
I don't really do a lot of collecting, so probably nothing.
The 425-pound Guyver that sat right there.
Yeah.
If you count Reign the Conqueror as an anime, it was made by Peter Chung, who is South Korean, so it might count. Then probably the DVDs of that, because I couldn't find any good quality versions of it. I wanted to get it legally from the start. But other than maybe the guts Nendoroid, but I don't really do a lot of collecting. So
I think for me, most unreasonable one is actually where I got something that I didn't have access to any other way, so I got a box set of DVDs, and I wish I hadn't, which is Tenjo Tenge.
Oh,
you poor bastard!
Oh,
I know.
Moving on, Ricus van Musel de Rolo the 7th asks, what unreasonable animal-related purchase did you consider before not indulging in it?
Dakimakuras.
What did I consider
the specific
buying?
Dakimakura of the snake girl from Monster Musume, which is literally 7 body pillows long, making it 30 feet or 10 meters.
I hate the fact that you know
girl.
that. I hate the fact that you know that.
Yeah,
I love the fact that you know
that's the one. That is the one. That is the exact thing. It's the it's Mia, 30-foot long Mia body pillow.
What didn't? Oh God! Actually, I nearly bought the DVDs of Tenchi in Tokyo before ever actually watching it. I'm so glad I didn't.
Oh yeah,
that was a bullet dodged. Yeah.
I don't have
Nasuth?
No, I don't have one.
Okay. Turbo Nasuth asks, if you could be a kaiju like Kafka or a Guyver like Sho, which would you be, Guyver?
Oh, see, this was because I didn't mention this in my review, but what happens if you give Kafka a kaiju weapon? So he's a kaiju with a kaiju weapon. Does it become like Guyver Gigantic?
No, isn't there like a compatibility thing? Isn't there like a
know.
host compatibility thing? I can't remember. I mean, if that's the case, then probably. But if that isn't the case, then yeah, probably like Guyver Gigantic. But who knows?
Who knows?
Apparently none of these two want to actually answer.
Oh, I'd be a kaiju.
Unexpected.
No, I don't want to be either.
I'd be a kaiju.
He's going to be a tomato paste. Unexpected open brace asks. Close brace asks if belief in people made them a hero, which group do you think would make a hero the quickest? A cult, the cinema/TV industry, the music industry, or social media? 100% social media. God. Jesus man has reappeared.
Possibly the Muslims, but definitely the Catholics.
Our savior has returned.
Moving on to an this is probably going to be another sad question. Unexpected close brace also asks, if belief in people made them a hero, would that how would that work with American politics? Would we get any anti-vax? Sorry, would we get an anti-vax man fighting alongside Border Patrol against their rivals, the gay agenda and Bill Nye the Science Guy? I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Side note, I cannot actually believe I constructed that sentence for Xeno to read. It's got to be one of my best, unfortunately. No, Tylenol just makes you autistic. That's fine.
Bill.
Right, moving on to the comments. Moving on to the comments from last week. So, first of all, we got the comments from the news. Rugal says, news! I don't really understand the first story, but okay. I have questions. I may have to read the article, but thank you for linking the story in the description.
What was the first story?
Remember.
I don't remember what that was.
Joker Gundam.
That was the Bandai AI recreation stuff. You probably have to just go read it.
Anyway, Joker Gundam looks more like Two-Face Gundam. Joking. I appreciate how Xeno read the releases. Nice Dan season 3 confirmed.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you guys for the news. Strongest Shaw says, alright, thanks for the news, gents. The rumors were fun too. I never saw Rent a Girlfriend. Would you recommend? No! Okay, I'm kidding. I can tell by your tone that you wouldn't, lol. Right. Moving on to the cast's comments. Strongest Shell says, as far as posers or tourists go, there will always be toxic fans in any fandom for one reason or another. I don't think casual fans are the same thing as posers, so let's not make anyone feel like they're not allowed to enjoy something if they don't like it as much as we do. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's fine if it's done right. Did you hear... so I did hear you guys say next week is the season review. I'll be looking forward to that. Of course, if it is, then I will have already watched it by the time I hear this read out. Kanpai. Zrugal says,
it's like you can see the future. How can you see the future? Are you on fire now?
Right. Zrugal says, Kanpai. When I think of a tourist, I think of a visitor. So I agree that poser is a better word. I haven't watched anime lately. Am I a poser? No.
Yes.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
I didn't really have anything to add. Loved the memes this week, guys. Thanks for another great episode. Speaking of the memes!
We get most of ours from Reddit, but not always, and we take up to 6 viewer memes a week. You can drop into the Discord and drop them into the meme submission channel that we don't even see beforehand. We got 4 viewer memes this week. So, God, Xeno has all video memes too. That's going to be crazy.
Yep.
Right, so...
Even I've got several video memes this week.
Little scissors?
Scissors.
Scissors, okay.
Is it Sizor?
No, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced sizzle.
Sizor, Sizor, I don't know.
Just when I thought the joke was over, it got funnier.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, is that a...
fucking,
I hate those.
It's a Yamcha Pro's Funko Pop.
It's a fucking
I hate Funko Pops, but still.
I know, but at the same time.
It's a fucking Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Funko Pop knows it's a good meme.
If
I know where this is going instantly. Yep.
Nice.
Oh god. Speaking of anime music, I love the intro for The Summer Hikaru Died. It's so, like, throwback, hair metal. Anyway.
Yeah. At the point, 3 of my memes are music related this week.
Sure, wish. Wish I had some...
wish I had some bread.
Some bread. Sure wish I had 7 Dragon Balls. Yep. No wrong.
With the Master Roshi glasses.
No, aren't those the Gohan glasses? Anyway.
Which he got
They're
from
glasses,
Master Roshi,
who
I think.
cares?
Anyway.
Right, onto my memes. Final boss when you fight her, and when you unlock her as a playable character.
Oh my god, amazing.
So true.
Maids in real life, housekeeper, cook, nanny. Maids in anime, housekeeper, cook, nanny, waitress, spy, student council president, pop idol, dragon, assassin, digital demon, superhero, ex-military. It's true.
No wrong.
Very true.
Mid-anime really do be getting sequels these days, huh? Are we deadass? Wait, yes, are we deadass right now? Can it possibly get any worse than that? Remonster. Oh, God is dead.
God is dead.
God is dead, and we have killed him. So that's Shield Hero, Rent-A-Girlfriend, and Remonster.
Oh my god, it's brilliant.
Right, and my next one's a video. Math teachers, when you ask, good question.
I wouldn't know the answer to that.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, so I edited this one. When you go to an anime convention and bro starts counting these cash in front of the bikini figurines, it's me and Zeno. Me looking at Zeno like,
Yeah.
no,
Yes.
don't.
Yeah.
And my last
The
one.
reason I'm not in this meme is because I would have already bought one and walked away.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And Alien
Oh
vs.
my
Predator.
god. Oh my god. That's incredible. I love it.
Yep.
Holy
wow.
shit.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
That one probably wins. But we'll go through the rest anyway because there could still be some really good ones. Thaylien is starting off with a video meme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Nice.
It doesn't go on much longer, so.
Nice. Very nice. Right.
Clever people. Danganronpa fans ask a girl out like, "Nee, I hope you'll be my ultimate girlfriend." Then proceed to get pepper sprayed.
Right. Next two are also. Wait. No. Next one is video meme. Last two are video memes. That's right. Yep.
And it explodes.
Yep.
A new emotion. Wow.
Oh,
Cat
no.
girl obsession.
Oh my god.
Dear. Poor bastard.
Oh my god.
Yes, I do have that one. Another music related one, I believe, for this video.
I don't get what was that music?
I have no idea what that music was.
Oh god, it's from one of the City Slice of Life animes.
No idea. I didn't recognize
right.
that.
Anyway. And finally, one you will recognize.
Evil god came to me in the desert.
It's gonna be Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yami Yugi.
His people go.
That's all very well, Moses. But first you have to defeat me in a duel.
Yep.
I summon dark magician.
Yep. He's gonna be careful. He's gonna get sued by Nintendo.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
I know you made that joke earlier, but I you know. Anyway, all Xenos are video memes, so oops, all videos.
Here we go. Oh no.
Oh my god. I could stop this anytime, but I can't. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yep.
At least this one actually got there and didn't do a continue next time.
Rat should be damned. I'm not leaving until I see Steel Ball run. Is what Jesus would have wanted.
Well, Jesus is a stand user.
Stand. Jesus is a stand.
Is he a stand? Oh, I thought he was a stand user. Okay.
Stand.
That, sir, behold a grown man weeping like...
Are these all JoJo memes?
That was
No.
your plan? Are you crying?
Yes, I'm crying. He hit me with a chair.
So, they say you're some sort of monster.
I'm not a monster. I'm human.
Oh, really? It says that you emerged from an S-rank gate that's been locked off for over 10 years. And you expect me to believe you're a human?
Has it been that long?
So, human, you have a family?
Yes. A beautiful, healthy wife. And 2 kids. My stepson. He's talentless. He probably won't amount to much of anything. But my daughter, so wholesome. Untainted by the degeneracy of this world. They probably don't get along very well.
I love the way your meat tastes in my mouth, step bro. Me too, stepson.
This is the last time we're getting KFC. All right. I don't care about your so-called family. Because I was called here for you, I had to cancel my Mushoku Tensei Hentai Marathon. You're gonna have to pay for that.
You're a degenerate scum.
Yeah. And what are you gonna do about it?
Kill you.
Really? I'd like to see you drop. Huh? What happened? You got folded, sir. God damn it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Down to 5.
Oh, my lungs! Breathing air again! What year is it?
You were sealed for 77 years.
I experienced everything while I was sealed away. Do you have any idea how disrespectful people are to you when they think you're a statue? Do you know how much I hate birds now? Well, I'll show them. I'll show those birds! I still have my death magic!
About that, die.
Wait, how'd you get up there?
Dang, Miss Fern, you really killed him with his own technique. I know he's a demon, but was that really necessary?
I always do demons dirty. In front of their moms, if I can.
Nice. Hot. Hot.
And then my last one.
Would.
At the end, a man must make a decision. Naruto, I trust you to understand this message. I don't understand this message.
I know exactly what this means.
Oh my god, I'm alive! Believe my browser history. Let me explain.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Xeno, you degenerate. You degenerate scum.
God, that's funny.
Well, okay. Also, Jiraiya is degenerate scum.
Yeah.
He really is.
Xeno's gonna end up in the hospital, folded.
Right.
Folded, sir, like a pair of trousers.
Oh my god. Right, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you all for watching and or listening. And now it's time to bottoms up and Kanpai.
Kanpai.